welcome to Belle Therapy and Wellness YouTube channel. So today we're going to be going over a yoga-inspired movement flow that is going to help you reduce your cramps in your abdomen area whenever you're on your period. Now this can also be really good if you just have like in general like an upset stomach, so maybe like gastrointestinal symptoms. There's a lot of movements in here that will help reduce your discomfort with that, but mainly this is designed for women going through like a really rough time during their periods. Nobody enjoys this part of life, but unfortunately it's just part of life. So I hope this helps you. If you find that anything helped greatly, or maybe you had a certain other area of your body you were hoping it would hit more, just drop a comment below. I love getting feedback because that lets me know what we need to start focusing on for the future. So without further ado, let's go into this little movement flow. This won't be too long because usually when we're on our periods, we just don't feel like doing a lot. We're really tired and achy and annoyed with the world. So we're gonna start, let's just start by sitting in a comfortable position. If you prefer the butterfly foot to foot position, as long as you can keep your back posture straight, that's perfectly fine. Personally, I like crossing my legs. I just find this to be more comfortable, probably because I'm tighter. So we're gonna start here. Let's start here and let's take 5 deep breaths. And what I want you to focus on is really breathing into your belly. So on your inhale, I want you to fill your belly and push your belly button out. And then breathe out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly, and exhale out through the mouth. We spend too much time during the day breathing shallow, just breathing into our chest, trying to hold our belly in, and we need to do the opposite. But I want you to tune into your breath and really focus. This is your time. It's just going to be 10 to 15 minutes. Just some gentle poses to help relieve those cramps. Alright, once you've done breath number 5, let's go ahead and let's start to take a gentle twist to the right. So I want you to keep your spine nice and long, and you can take your left arm and put it over that right knee and kind of reach back behind you. Just getting a gentle twist through your spine and your abdomen. Let's take 4 to 5 breaths here. Same thing. Fill up the belly. Exhale through the mouth. Keep your spine nice and long. You can try and look over that shoulder if it feels good to you. And on this last inhale, on the last exhale, let's come back to center. Good. And now we're gonna go to the other side, so let's turn towards your left, reaching back with your left hand, keeping your chest nice and open, and cross that right arm over to your knee. Look over your shoulder. Let's take 5 breaths here. Filling up the belly. Make sure your breath is nice and slow and also even. On that last exhale, let's come back to center. Alright, now since we're centered, let's go ahead and you can either keep your legs like this, or you can go ahead and switch them if you feel like you need a break. And now let's actually just reach forward. So my legs always like to come a little bit more comfortable, kind of like in that long parallel line. So I want you to keep your back nice and flat, and then let's just start to hinge forward. You should feel this more in the hips, maybe in that lower buttocks region, maybe even a little bit more into your back. You want to think about keeping your spine long, but you don't want to be like, you can be totally erect, but for the purpose of today, let's kind of relax a little bit. Let's relax more into the pose. Inhale and fill up that belly. Exhale. As you're breathing in and out, you should feel like you're creating more space. You almost feel like you can move a little more. Let's do 2 more breaths. On that last exhale, you're going to walk your hands back up. And good. Now let's go ahead and come into a quadruped position, which is going to be on your hands and knees. So you want to have your shoulders over your hands and your hips over your knees. You can tuck your toes if you would like, or you can leave them flat. Let's go ahead and do a couple of cat-cow just to kind of shake out the spine a little bit. So you're going to inhale up, exhale, drop that belly towards the ground. 2. If you feel like taking a different modification of this, you can. I'm going to encourage you to move slow. You need to shake it out side to side. Shake it out side to side. Good. Now, from here, I'm going to tuck my toes just because that feels more comfortable for me. We're going to do a couple of thread the needles to work on getting a little bit more rotation. So let's take that left hand, move it slightly forward. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to thread your right arm underneath. Let's come back up. Inhale, exhale, go back through. We'll do one more inhale. And this time, on the exhale, let's come down to that shoulder. This can be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but then for others, sometimes this can be a really comfortable feeling pose because it really gets into that rotation of your thoracic spine and into the upper abdomen. Stay here for a few seconds. If you're feeling really limber, you can always reach that left arm behind the back. Really open up that chest. Now let's go ahead and push up. What we do on one side, we're going to do on the other. All right, let's go ahead and we'll move that right hand slightly forward. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. Inhale, and then exhale, you're going to reach underneath that left armpit, reaching that left shoulder towards the ground. Come up. On the exhale, reach through. Inhale, come up. This is the third, so on this exhale, we're going to drop that left shoulder down. And just kind of sit into this pose. Relax into your shoulder. Good. And on the next exhale, we're going to come up. All right, now let's go ahead and we're going to come into pigeon pose. So we're going to work our hands up just a little bit, and then let's take our left knee and we're going to slide it up towards our hands and just kind of toe scooch that right knee back. Now, this can be whatever is your comfort level. So, I like to be here and I like to walk my hands down to my forearms. And if you have a block, you can place here to kind of relax your head on. If you can go all the way chest to the ground, good for you. If you kind of want to change the angle of that knee and bring your heel more towards your pubic bone. So, I like to take the heel and actually scoot it up closer to my armpit. If that is uncomfortable, you can always scoot your heel closer to your pubic bone or your hip to make it a little bit more comfortable. But the more up that you can bring it, the little bit bigger stretch that you're gonna get. So continue to breathe. Let's just hang out in this position. So if you have a yoga block handy, you can always rest your forehead on it. That way you feel like your neck isn't doing as much work. But a pillow from the couch or the bed would do the same. Good. Alright, let's come up. Now from here, the way you're going to transition this is you are actually just going to turn and sit on your bottom. So you're going to have this left leg, palm or bottom of your foot pointing back towards the end, like the opposite side of the room, behind you. If I'm facing forward, this is what it looks like. So here you go. So I literally just sat down from pigeon, and then I have my left leg still kind of in that pigeon ankle, and then my right hip is doing a more so uncomfortable position. So this may feel a little crampy in your hip. Now the emphasis is being switched over to your right leg. So where we were stretching your left leg in pigeon, we just sat down, and now we're gonna do a little lean, a little twist over that right knee. You're not gonna get very far, and that's okay, but just give this a little twist, kind of lean in, and then come back out. So you're gonna inhale, and then on the exhale, lean towards that leg. If you need to come out with each breath, that's okay. If you can stay here, that is also equally as good. We'll do 3 breaths here. From here, you're just going to take your left leg and bring it back like you were in that sitting position. Now we're going to do pigeon on the right side, and we'll do that transition again. So you're going to go ahead and lay your right leg down and then come into this pigeon position. In whatever form you took the last time, I would encourage you to make it symmetrical. I'm going to get my block and then get comfortable in this pose and begin to elongate the breaths. Remember to breathe deeply into your abdomen. This pose can take many variations. It doesn't matter how you take it as long as you're choosing the pose that's appropriate for you. This should feel good, not painful, maybe a little uncomfortable, like a hurt so good, that's okay. I like the hurt so good. I could stay in this pose for a long time. All right, so now on the next exhale, we're gonna push ourselves up. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna transition. You're gonna bring that left leg up and behind, and then just come to a seated position. Whew, I feel this one today. So where we just stretched the right leg, now we're going to go to the left side internal rotation. So you're just gonna do a light twist on the exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist and lean. Inhale, come back, and now I'm gonna hold mine just a little bit. Let's do 3 more breaths. 2. Last breath. 3. Good job. All right, we're gonna bring your left leg up to meet. Now, since we just stretched the left leg, we're gonna go back to the right. Now I want you to take your right leg and just outstretch it. We're gonna get the inner thighs for just a minute, a few seconds. So you can do this a couple of different ways. So I want you to keep one leg out, toe and knee up towards the ceiling, and kind of hinge forward. You should be feeling this right in that hamstring, maybe a little bit in that groin. I always like to stretch forward to get a little bit more of that inner thigh, and then kind of move over to get the hamstring. So connect back to your breath and kind of play around with the movement. Go a little forward. And maybe start to walk yourself around. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and sit back up. Good. And you bring your right leg in and extend that left leg out. And now let's go ahead, find your center, connect to the breath, and let's come back down. Remember to kind of walk around, find all the different angles of the stretch. There's going to be an option here if you want to take both legs out for just a few breaths. That way you're kind of getting centered. All right, so let's go ahead and on the exhale, just gently move forward. Whew. I'm not going to be able to go very far on this one, I can feel. One more breath here. Good news is now we're going to go down to the flat of our mat on our backs. All right, let's go ahead and roll down gently. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to start by bringing one knee into the chest. So bring that right knee up. Keep your left leg bent if that is more comfortable to you. You can inch that left leg straight if you want a little bit more of a stretch. But just know if this becomes uncomfortable, a modified position for the single knee to chest is to bend that knee. So keep this knee bent if you need it. I'm going to straighten it. And let's inhale and exhale. What I like to do here is I like to take this knee and I like to start to cross it. Cross it towards my left shoulder. And then bring it back out. Almost like you're doing really gentle knee circles. Good. Now let's take this right knee. Bend our left leg and we're going to take our right knee and we're actually going to cross it over our body, coming into a supine twist. If you would like to reach your right arm out to the side, if you even want to take your head and look over your right arm, that is a way to just get more of a twist in there. If this is uncomfortable and your hips are back, I would stack your legs. You can always do this crisscross with your legs if you want a little bit more pull, but stack them if you need to modify this. So let's go ahead and sit here for a few breaths. Remember to expand your belly and breathe out the mouth. If you feel your tummy kind of growling a little bit or making some noises, that's okay. That's pretty normal with this sort of work. On the next exhale, we're going to bring our knees back to center. Now, whatever variation you took on the right side, let's do the same thing for your left side. So let's bring that left leg up. Let's start to do a few gentle knee circles. Go ahead and bend that right knee, and now we're going to take our left knee over towards the opposite side of the mat, and whatever variation of this you did on the other side, take for this side. Extend your left arm out long, try and gaze over that shoulder, and then like I said, you can leave your legs like this or you can stack them if you need to modify. On the next exhale, let's come back up to center. All right, let's go ahead and enter our final resting pose. You may know this as corpse pose or shavasana. Let's go ahead and just kind of relax your legs out and lift those palms towards the ceiling. Just relax. I always like doing this one just because I can always feel the work that my body has done. And normally it feels a lot better by the end. Remember to expand and inhale through that belly. Exhale it out. I would also not recommend wearing hair clips while you do this because apparently they can poke the back of your head. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to, but whenever you feel ready, you're going to roll to your favorite side, and then using that top arm, you're going to push yourself up. That's how to safely get up from laying down. And then thank you for doing this flow with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you feel much better after completing this. Have a great day.